We are really excited to have as our special guest on the show. He is the entertainment and special events industry expert with over 40 years of experience in the business. Please welcome Alan Arato. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Nice meeting you, actually. You're the VIP here, that's for sure. I got to research you a little bit, so.
So the entertainment and special events industry, that is massive.
Yeah.
I understand that you have also worked with Uncle Tom Moffat when he was alive.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Kind of fun in the beginning. I knew I wanted to be a singer or a DJ or something way long time ago. And remember when The Crush came out, right? And all the songs came out. And eventually I kind of realized, I might need 6 other Filipinos or something to be in the band because of the SOS and Crush. And I couldn't really figure out how to know what the calls were coming in. I did some stuff on the Star Dancer singing. Then eventually I wanted to start learning about production. And kind of fast forward, we went ahead and we started Center Stage Recording Studios. I remember that in McInerney and Rising Star. I was in Midweek magazine doing stories about that, and eventually learning from other promoters before Tom, Ken Rosine, Joe Mayo, Greg Mundy. I wanted to get to Tom Moffat and work for him, but then I moved to Vegas.
Oh my goodness.
95, and eventually I was able to come back. I remember the Michael Jackson days when they had those shows in the stadium. I was able to fly back and work on those shows, but still go back to Vegas, back in Whitney, Houston.
Wait a minute, before you go on.
Okay.
You worked on the Michael Jackson shows when he was alive.
Yeah.
That must have been awesome. That must have been electrifying.
Amazing. When Michael Jackson came in to the airport, he had his own airplane called Kingdom. And there was a whole entourage, like Elvis. When Elvis came in, obviously Tom's gonna do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And we had hula dancers from Tihati Productions and a whole bunch of people meeting Michael Jackson there and all that. And so it was really neat. And eventually we did 2 or 3 shows, and I would take care of a lot of the VIP parties back then.
Wow. You know what I like about you? You just casually mentioned, I worked on the Michael Jackson show. It's like, what?
There's so many,
that is
though.
that is big time.
It is.
I mean, how many people were in the stadium at that time?
36,000.
That's a lot of people.
2 or 3 shows. You know, people don't realize it, but that was the last American date Michael ever played.
Here in Hawaii?
In Hawaii, yeah.
I didn't know that.
He never did it in America.
Amazing.
Tour, yeah.
Tell us, when you worked for Tom Moffat for about 20 years, in addition to the Michael Jackson concert, what are some of the other concerts that you remember that stick out in your mind?
You know, Elton John, obviously, Rod Stewart, Earth, Wind and Fire, Journey, Jimmy Buffett. I mean, the list goes on and on. You'd think I'd have a lot of pictures, right? But honestly, a lot of times, and as you know this, when we're that close to them or working on a project, we hardly take any pictures. That's our job, to kind of protect them as well.
For those of us that have not had the experience that you have had, working with international stars, big name stars, that people dream about getting close to, or even in the same room. What was that experience like?
I remember I would always stand next to Tom. I was so blessed to be able to, you know, be part of the last 20 years. I mean, he's been there 60 years, 40 years even before I came along. But Tom was always so passionate about having a great show. And the reason, I found out why he was so good at what he did. He was probably the biggest fan. And he wanted to share that with everybody.
Interesting.
When Earth, Wind and Fire, the particular moment that the audience and the act just clicks. Not that it happens all the time, but then I'm next to him going, there it is, Alan. And it was just a euphoria for him.
Because you have all this wonderful experience with Tom Moffat, fast forward to the present, tell us about your entertainment business now.
So Jan Brenner and I are partners, remember Jan as well. We do bookings for a lot of the great venues that are out there. I do the Mai Tai Bar, Ala Moana, no, Mai Tai's Ala Moana. We have Hilton Wine Village. She does Dukes and Maui Brewing Company. And I still work with many of the players nowadays, like Dirk and Carol Kai. We try to do stuff. Roy Takujo. I have breakfast with him every week, literally, trying to do more productions and all of that. So.
And you are passionate about it. You're dedicated. You're devoted, and you've been in it for over 40 years. As you know, the name of our show is Inspire You and Me. Alan, what inspires you?
Obviously, Tom, man, I lost my mom and my dad and my sister, so they inspire me to keep on doing good, you know, and really taking care of the people and make a win-win and being fair and all that, what I learned from them. The additional one is the grandbabies that we have. I never had children of my own, but my better half had 7 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
And we have a couple of them that live with us now, and they inspire me every day to be a child again and be very tenacious and never give up. You see them running around 2 years old, right?
Yeah.
They never give up, so that inspires me. And you inspire me too, by the way.
Aw,
Flash programs. And
thank you.
we got to turn it around. I'll interview you now.
Thank you for that. Well, I do want to thank you for being a guest on Inspire You and Me. And I mostly want to thank you, Alan, for bringing joy into the world, which is exactly what you do in your business.
Thank you.
It's really been our pleasure having you as a
Thank you
guest.
for having me. Appreciate you. Thank you.